Why was Craigslist completely abandoned? What even is Craigslist? And more importantly, who is Craig? Today we're gonna answer all these questions and more. Hey guys, it's Squowls. I'm back with my microphone that actually is plugged into my camera this time, my Fresca, and a great attitude about Craigslist. Today we're gonna delve deep into the life of Craig and his list. You're gonna be shocked to find out that people actually are using Craigslist right now. What can be done? Can Craigslist be saved? The answer is yes, and I need your help. Craig needs your help. Craigslist was invented in 1996 by Craig. And at first it was an email list, which we all love email lists from the early 2000s. Anyone remember, forward this to 5 friends or you'll have bad luck for 5 years. By the way, like this video or you'll have bad luck for 5 years. Let me give you an overview of what Craigslist is. Craigslist is basically every website in one. They have selling things, job applications, discussion forums, housing, events. It's kind of like if Facebook, Reddit, and LinkedIn had a baby. All 3 of them. I think the lost and found feature of Craigslist is pretty unique. If you lose something or find something, you can post that on Craigslist. People honestly use it, you'd be surprised. They have this funny thing called missed connections. If you see someone cute and you're like, oh, I wish I talked to them, you post it on mixed connections. For example, blonde girl at Salem Walmart, Salem. I was enchanted by your lovely smile today, Wednesday. Around noon, as you were buying storage bins, you told the woman in line behind you that you were separated for 4 months and now getting divorced. I'm the tall, blonde fellow who kept admiring your beautiful smile. Heart eyes. If you are wondering if anyone saw you while you were at Walmart buying storage bins and you live in Salem, you should definitely reach out to this person. Okay, anyways, back to Craigslist. So Craigslist started as an email list that he would send to his web developer friends about fun events that were happening in the area about web developing. But Craig didn't think to develop his list into a website, even though he was a web developer, until a little bit later. He decided, you know what, this is what the people want. Craig is all about what the people want, sometimes to a fault. I think this was actually the source of his downfall, but that's neither here nor there. It's at the end of the video. So the list was pretty popular and everyone wanted him to make a website out of it, so he did, and he called it Craigslist.com, very creative. Eventually, he actually got embarrassed about the name and he tried to change it to List Foundation, which I think is a lot worse. I'm glad that the name was taken, so he stayed as Craigslist. A little while later, he realized that it was taking off, and eventually he had 9 employees working out of his apartment building. I'm not sure why he needed 9 employees to make a website that looks like this, but you know, that's neither here nor there. That is in another video where I'm going to remake the entire Craigslist to prove that it can be done by one person. I guess it makes sense that they had more employees because they had to make Craigslist for every single city in the world. It's all personalized for each city because see, they have every city in the world. It's amazing actually what they've managed to do. It's kind of like if Instagram had a different Instagram for every city and you had to log on to Instagram New York and there was a separate Instagram for every town in New York. That's kind of what Craigslist did. A lot of them just have one Craigslist for the whole country because no one uses Craigslist there besides 3 Americans. So let's give you an example. Oh, some people are using Craigslist in Egypt. Okay, Cairo. Hi all, is anyone in Cairo interested in meeting up and doing activities together? Me. If you fly me to Cairo.
My next guest may have the biggest idea of all. It was a website that changed the lives of tens of millions of people. Some folks even say he could be bringing down the entire newspaper industry. I love guys like this. The founder of Craigslist, Craig Newmark. Welcome to Big Idea, sir. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm great. Glad to be here.
This is where we start to get to the downfall. This is where things start to go bad for Craig. Craig pretty much grew until he had every city ever in Craigslist. That's when everyone on the world was like, oh my gosh, Craigslist is the most valuable website in existence. Now that Craigslist was the biggest website in the entire world, they were raking in the millions, billions, zillions of dollars, right? Wrong.
Dude, you got 15 million visitors a month. You're the 7th most looked at website, English language, and you're not running advertising. You're making 25 million a year off this thing. You could make 20 times that, 30 times that. Billions, yet you're like, no thank you, I'm gonna do it my way.
How does the site plan to maximize revenue? And the CEO said, that definitely is not part of the equation. It's not part of the goal.
We've just made some decisions based on what our values are. We're happy with that. and it feels right.
They actually are not trying to make money. If you're a business, it's not too unique, you know, like you have nonprofits and stuff, but Craigslist isn't a nonprofit. No users have been requesting that we run text ads, so for us, that's the end of the story. If users start calling out for text ads, we'll listen. They're basically saying we don't want to run ads because people don't want them, which, like, in theory, this is the best company ever. Like, doesn't want to run ads because ads are annoying? Amen, ads are obnoxious. But on the other hand, I'm like, I love Craigslist and I want to keep it alive. And, like, look at this. Like, it's just, like, it needs a little bit of updating. Craig is a great guy. A lot of newspapers went out of business, literally just thanks to Craigslist. People stopped listing as much in the newspapers. People were like, I can list on Craigslist for free and more people will see it, it's easier. So Craig did a lot of donating to like local news, which good for him. Craig is just like honestly a great guy trying to make a difference. He does a lot of philanthropy, donates pretty much all of his money away. But basically Craigslist was like, we don't want to make money. And so if you're not trying to make money, what's the point of like growing bigger or like trying to like kick the competition? Like Craigslist doesn't really care. I did a little bit of more research into Craigslist, the company, and all their employees are online and there's only like 50 of them right now, which doesn't sound like a lot until you look at the website and you ask yourself, why do you need 50 people to run this? You have not made any updates since 1996 and you're not going to make any more updates until the end of time. I don't know what on earth all these Craigslist employees are getting paid for. I personally would love a job at Craigslist. It looks like the easiest job in the world. Craigslist was actually still somewhat used until about 2016. And you know what happened in 2016? That's right. Facebook launched Facebook Marketplace, a friendlier Craigslist. Come on, guys. Let's just be real. This just looks a little nicer than Craigslist. You've got a really satisfying UI. Craigslist is just like, come on, you can do better with 50 employees. It just doesn't look as nice as Facebook Marketplace. Marketplace was built mobile first on top of photos and is relevancy sorted to make browsing efficient and gratifying. Okay, Facebook, we get it. You have a bigger budget. Oh, Craigslist, why don't you have a bigger budget again? Oh, is it because you didn't care about making money? Oh, too bad you don't have 50 employees that could make this website a little better. I'm sorry, I said I had a good attitude about Craigslist at the beginning of this video. I do just want to say to Craig, thank you for all of your donations to the news. I, for one, love the news. I am constantly trying to ignore it as much as I can because of how much I hate it. But I do believe it should be available to people who might choose to participate in the news. Moral of the story, Craigslist is still around. It's just not as popular because it kind of sucks. Has a couple of unique features that I would recommend. Stay tuned for more Craigslist videos. I'll be making Craigslist videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until the end of time, and see you in my next video.